The next feature we'll be demonstrating is the Swap Products tool. This feature has a drop-down menu and gives you the ability to swap an Nlyte wired system to an Nlyte Air system, or we can swap an Nlyte Air system to an Nlyte wired system. First, let's go over some rules. To swap from Nlyte wired to Nlyte Air, we need to make sure that all of our devices are wired with Cat5 correctly before a swap is made. In order to swap from Nlyte Air to Nlyte wired, we need to make sure that rooms are drawn correctly before a swap is made. So currently, I have a partially networked Nlyte wired system that I will swap to Nlyte Air. A pop-up window will give you a few options to select from, such as using favorites and whether to use battery versus line voltage switches. It will also give you an option to swap out NWSX devices for a wall switch, power pack, and ceiling sensor. So let's demonstrate and hit OK. Be patient, as this may take a minute to complete. Maybe 2 minutes. Never mind, and there you have it. Any devices that had a direct cross to Nlyte Air were successfully swapped to a wireless solution. As you can see, some rooms remained Nlyte wired, such as restrooms in the corridor, due to the NPod key devices that are only available in a wired solution. We can also see where our NWSX devices were swapped with a wall switch, power pack, and ceiling sensor. Keep in mind that this swap will require a quality check, as the imported devices may not meet project-specific requirements. For instance, our NWSX-A PDT devices were swapped with PIR sensors instead of sensors with PDT. We also can see that the sensor placement will need to be adjusted before a layout is completed. Now, since I've drawn my rooms, I'll now demonstrate a swap back to Nlyte wired. Again, another pop-up window will give you several options to select from. As the warning message at the bottom of the window states, drawing rooms and assigning SOO configurations to your rooms will yield more accurate results. I'm going to deselect the network option, as my previous design was mostly standalone, and I'll hit OK. And there you have it again. All of our Nlyte Air devices were converted over to an Nlyte wired solution. However, this will again require a thorough quality check, as now our network has been completely removed and several of our daylight sensors were converted to PIR sensors in the swap back to Nlyte wired. So let's review. The Swap Products tool allows you to convert an Nlyte wired system to an Nlyte Air system, or an Nlyte Air system to an Nlyte wired system. To work properly, some rules are required. To swap from Nlyte wired to Nlyte Air, we need to make sure all of our devices are wired with Cat5 before swapping. To swap from Nlyte Air to Nlyte wired, we need to make sure rooms are drawn before swapping. Assigning SOO rules to your rooms will yield more accurate results. Lastly, always perform a thorough quality check after a swap is made to ensure the right devices were imported during the swap and that sensor placement is accurate for your layout.